Haley Wooden from Business in Vancouver joins us now with a look at today's business headlines. Good morning, Haley.
Good morning.
So we're going to talk about Sears Canada first, and it's reportedly reached a deal to create a so-called hardship fund for former employees.
That's right. This is between Sears Canada and lawyers representing former workers. The hardship fund, it's worth about $500,000. It's going toward supporting employees who, of course, were let go from the struggling retailer without any severance. Now, it's quite a small fund considering that 2,900 employees were let go from Sears Canada. And as such, it's really going to go towards supporting employees who are the hardest hit. So they're really in financial straits and cannot actually make ends meet. Now, in terms of where the money is coming from, it's actually being taken from what was a key employee retention program, a pool of money set aside to help award executives with bonuses to keep talent on with the company. That's being reallocated really toward those who need it most as the retailer struggles. It still needs to be signed off by a court. We'll see that likely Friday, but it seems like both sides have come to the conclusion that a hardship fund is one warranted and to a good step forward, especially given how many employees were let go, and clearly that some of them are financially struggling.
I bet. All right. Now, Haley, this next story, you're going to have to explain this to me. Apple has apparently sold $2.5 billion in Maple bonds debt. What does that mean?
So this is common for companies. They'll issue debt on different bond markets. Apple has done this 6 times this year. It raised $18 billion 3 times in the States. So this is the first time it actually made this available. It's debt available in Canadian dollars. So this is significant because it allows investors to invest in one of the world's largest publicly traded companies, obviously with an international reputation, a company that's in good standing, but to do that in Canadian dollars as opposed to having to do it in U.S. currency. Now, it's a first for Apple going to the Canadian market to do this. It raised $2.5 billion Tuesday, but it's also a first for Canada. This is considered the largest corporate non-financial borrowing deal in Canadian history. So to put that another way, it's the largest debt issue from a company outside of Canada made in Canadian dollars. It's about double the last issue we saw. Anheuser-Busch, a brewing and beverage company well known for many of its brands, they raised about $1.3 billion from Canadian investors earlier this year. Apple raising $2.5 from a lot of people very keen to invest in a company, but to do so in Canadian dollars.
Okay, interesting. Thank you, Haley.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information, you can, of course, head to BIV.com.